Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath.
Your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Just checking in with you, family. Just checking in with you. Are you taking your breaths? I noticed that on some of my postings, the sound was kind of loud. I wanted to kind of bring it down so that we could work, make sure that y'all getting the pieces of this, family. Are you standing on the 6 pillars of Gye-Nyame? That breath, getting that water, getting that culturally appropriate diet, getting that movement, getting that rest, and of course, having those spiritual practices that connect you to something bigger, right? Man, listen, family, we are trying to build up the individuals that will move into the future in a powerful way, right? Because we can move into the future. But if we move into the future as the harmed children that many of us really are, we can't win. You know what I'm saying? We can't win, right? It'd just be more children fighting on the playground. We see the children all over the world fighting on the playground right now, right? One of them is just very arrogant and just happen to be the biggest bully on the block right now, talking about, I'm going to blow up your entire civilization. And it'll never be back again. What the fuck? Oh my God. What is this? Wow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is crazy. But listen, family, before I begin into it, because we got to get into the algorithm of the day, right? Because I had an experience. Yesterday's algorithm was, I am the primary programmer of my own reality. And I kept throwing this. And I know for some of y'all it's going to be problematic because you be like, reality, everybody is in reality. You can't shape reality. I said my reality, because although all of us are active in this macro reality, we all are responding in a sense to our own reality, our own perception of reality. And the thing that you do have control over is your reality and your reactions to your reality, right? And the thoughts that you think about your reality, right? When we start working with our ancestral wisdom, right? And we start using the heuristics of our ancestors that our ancestors left us, or as we call it here, Gye-Nyame, we call it Jews. It's a term, crystallized wisdom. The crystallized wisdom of our ancestors, those are basically heuristics that give us clues to living and not only surviving, because when we came here, we moved from a state of thriving to a state of surviving. And I know some of y'all like, no, brother Hot Tim, you're incorrect, because you're measuring civilization with the yardstick that was presented to you by the individuals that used your ancestors to build the civilization they're in. We got to understand that this thing that we are in right now, as nice as it can be for some people, for the majority of the world, this is not civilized. It requires for uncivilized acts to happen all over the world so that a few can be comfortable. And fortunately for some of you, I ain't gonna say fortunately, many of us that are listening to this show right now are in the part of the world where our comfort is built on the back of others suffering all over the planet. We just don't realize it. But other people starting to realize it. Many of us got to wake up. The yardstick that we have for measuring civilization, how civilized people act, was presented to us by the very people that used us to build up this civilization. This civilization requires what they call civilization, this capitalistic, narcissistic program that we are in right now requires, and I need you to hear this, it requires for there to be a majority of losers on this planet, a majority of individuals that are taken from, a majority of people that are oppressed, a majority of people to be the footstool for the few that are able to rise. And I have to ask the question, is that really civilization? See, because in some of my myths and some of the folk tales and some of the legends that are floating out there, we have individuals that looked at what was being built and decided to go back to the bush. I don't think they heard me, Anime. I told you that when I come, I'm blowing up paradigms, family. I'm blowing up paradigms. Do you not know that there are legends of people who looked at what was going on and what it would take for us to do what we're doing now and decided to go back to the bush? Because in order to build civilization in the way that it is right now, you have to be willing to become a beast. You have to be willing to become a demon. I'm just trying to tell you, family. I'm just trying to tell you. So you need to recheck the measuring stick that you have for what you call civilized. You understand? Right now. So let me get back to the ancestral algorithm. So yesterday's ancestral algorithm is I am the primary programmer of my own reality. And that's just what you're responsible for, what you are responding to, what you are seeing, right? Because many times we start finding out that a lot of the information that we are receiving, we're not utilizing all of it. So many times, many of us are looking at a reality, and many of the opportunities that are coming to us, we have been programmed to miss. I don't think they heard me, Anime. I don't think they heard me. So I'm going through my first week of sharing with y'all these algorithms that are designed to help us start thinking more in line with our ancestral thoughts. See, because now let me just tell you how deep our people are. Do you know we had a World Wide Web before the World Wide Web? Right? A collective consciousness. Because that's all the World Wide Web is. It's a simulation of the collective consciousness. That's all it is. We had a World Wide Web. You was plugging into it. Those of you that's old enough, you can remember plugging into it long before everybody had a cell phone in their pocket. Right? Those of you that remember when dances used to come out before internet, where the same dance that was being done in California would be being done right in Columbus, Ohio. And from Columbus, Ohio, it would be in Akron. Shit would just get around. Certain styles would just get around. Matter of fact, some of us still are able to experience the World Wide Web when we walk in a room, and many of us might be the minority in that room, and you're able to lock in on that other person that feels you, that comes from the culture, and you're able to instantly transmit information, right? We all know that. Well, most of us know that this some bullshit. Look. Come on, family. Brother Hatim, if we were so advanced, then how did we fall? Because in a sense, it wasn't necessarily a World Wide Web we had. We, once again, and I keep trying to tell y'all this, we would take what was ours, like white folks do now. They're taking what is theirs and they're forcing it on us, right? So it's like, this is how, like, for example, when they talk about universal, right, or inclusion, they're talking about including shit that looks like they shit. They're not talking about everybody being who you are. It has to come in, and it has to be packaged like their shit, or it's not part of the universal piece. It got to be their shit. When they talk about universality, when they talk about beauty, for example, they're not talking about us. They're examples of beauty. Let's just keep it all the way real. Most of us fall way outside that category for them. But that's the universal theme, right? Now, so what we did was we opened up our shit as if everybody belonged to it. And what ended up happening, we opened up the door for and got the poison. We got the bite. We didn't know. We didn't know we was letting Count Dracula up in this motherfucker. We didn't know. I'm sorry. Let me get to. So yesterday, I said, well, say hell. I just did a little experiment. I said, well, all right, since I'm the primary programmer of my reality, I want a certain. I want some money in my account. I wasn't even specific. I need some money just to materialize in my account. All right. You know, it's going to be a marvelous day, right? I walk out the door, right? I'm on my way to my job. I get a text. Boom, I make a detour. Boom, go handle some business. Somebody needed me. Brother High Tim is up service, right? Boom. And I had to think about it. I said, damn, I am in a blessed enough position in my life where I could go help somebody and be late for work and not be late for work. It's miraculous. Wow. Okay, boom. All right, I'm going to have a great... Remember, I told you, I'm working this out. And now I'm looking at the world differently because I'm saying this to myself. I'm saying these algorithms to myself. And I said, all right, just playing around. I said, well, I want to end the day with some money, with some extra money in my account. Not that money is the only way you can measure it, but I'm like, okay, cool. It is a tool that you can use for measurement. So, boom, I go through the whole day, boom, 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 right? It's like, it's time to eat. I'm working and like I got young people around me doing stuff. I'm not able to go into my office and do what I need to do because there was some other need. So I need to make sure that I was able to do it. And I was able to do it. Then we got done doing the work. Like, well, damn, I'm kind of hungry. Boom, boom, boom. We sit down and eat like kings. Right? I even had my young son with me. I'm like, yo, order what, boom, boom. He ordered what he wanted. He been talking about he wants some tacos. Right? He able to get tacos. Like, oh, okay. He didn't eat the tacos, ate the shrimp out the damn tacos, but, I'm like, oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. Then I lift up my phone and into my Cash App, somebody has sent me $15 because I did something for them that I did for free. I just did it. They just sent it to me. So, coincidence? No, that's not a coincidence. That's a synchronicity. That was a synchronicity. All the stuff that happened to the day went about proving the thing that I was thinking, because all throughout the day I would go back and I would practice my algorithm. I would practice my ancestral algorithm. Family, I'm trying to tell you, we own something. This is a little bit different than that, The Secret type shit. I'm not saying just think about the car and the car going to pay. I'm not saying I just think about the money. No. What I'm talking about is changing patterns, changing thinking patterns, which will change certain actions and would change certain reactions, and it will change how you look at the world and the opportunities that present themselves. Come on, family. This is real. All right, but anyway, so let's get to the algorithm of the day. What's the algorithm of the day? The algorithm for the day, before we even say that, this is why Brother Hatim needs a script. Put the pistol down, anime. I want to say great Ujamaa to all of y'all. We are on the principle of Ujamaa, right? So if I'm correct, we are on April 9th. So great Ujamaa to all of y'all. Those that are born on Ujamaa, it's your day. All right? And one that I'm going to share with you today is the very first one that I started on. Now, there's several. We're going to come back to this one in some weeks. But remember, the principle for today is Ujamaa, and the focus of these algorithms for Ujamaa is overcoming the program of scarcity. Listen, write this down, say it at least 50 times today. You ready? Are you ready? Are you sure? Are we sure? Okay. Abundance is my natural state. Scarcity is a false simulation. Let me say it again. Abundance is my natural state. Scarcity is a false simulation. Right? Because we live in our life, many of us are living our life through the internet. Basically, simulations, right? TV shows, simulations. News that we don't even know if it's real, simulations. Scarcity is a false simulation. Who does it benefit? All right, but anyway, we ain't going to get all into that. We need to get into the discussion for today. All right. Of course, Brother Hatim had to write some haikus for the day, and then I'll get into the main haiku. The haiku, I wrote 3 of them for the day. Algorithm worked. Focus mind, and things happen. Ancestors listen. All right, number 2, working together is the process that will win our people's battle. Last one, what if we focused many minds on a project just for our people? Right? So I think many of our efforts are for everyone rather than really just for ourselves. But I could be wrong. But anyway, the major haiku for today is, we are the teeth here, biting meat as one vision. Abundance is real. So now, listen, pull up a chair. Let's talk on the porch for a minute. The porch of Gye-Nyame, right? Gye-Nyame house. Bringing it back. We gonna build the Gye-Nyame house. We are standing in the glow of Ujamaa, draped in the vibrant green of our land and our potential. We are moving through the week of Imani, which means our belief must be the bedrock. Right? This is the week of Imani. We on the Psycho Coochie Chagalia. Dang, the last week of Coochie Chagalia. Shouts out to those Coochie Chagalia born. All right. Hopefully you've been receiving the blessings or been receiving the challenges that will give you the lessons. And you've been able to learn to look at those challenges for the potential. Defining ourselves in the year dedicated to Ujamaa. The ancestral algorithm, once again for the day, is a heavy one, meant to break the chains of the mind, meant to break the chains of the mind. Abundance is my natural state. Scarcity is a false simulation. I'm going to say it again. Abundance is my natural state. Scarcity is a false simulation. For too long, we have been programmed by a world that thrives on a simulation of not enough. This simulation is designed to keep you in a state of fear, pushing you to hustle against your brother and grind against your sisters for crumbs while the feast of our ancestors sit untouched right behind us. We're fighting for crumbs. We're fighting for crumbs. Listen, those of you that follow me on my story, listen, I told y'all the difference between a million, a billion, and a trillion. You experience you experience a million seconds in 11 days. So you have experienced something as high as a million. And if you are over 31, you have experienced a billion, because that's how many hours you lived. If you lived over 31 years, you at about 31, 32, you at about 1 billion hours. But none of us will ever see 1 trillion hours. Unless you one of these fools that talk about they want to live forever. I ain't one of those, right? But that's like 32,000 years. I want y'all to think about that shit. That's how big 1 trillion is. And you got individuals with $1 trillion or approaching $1 trillion. But yet and still, we have people hungry on our planet. What type of civilization is that? Oh, I think we kind of talked about that at the beginning. My fault. There's a proverb from the Luganda tradition in Uganda that cuts right into the heart of our mission today. This is the proverb of the day. Listen up. Teeth that are together are the ones that bite the meat. Think about that mechanism. A single tooth, no matter how sharp, cannot secure a meal or tear through the tough obstacles of life alone. If you have ever tried to eat with a toothache or a missing tooth, like I had to learn how to do, you know the struggle. It is only when the jaws are aligned, when every tooth locks in and applies pressure as a single unified mechanism, that the body is nourished. True power and sustenance requires this strict, this strict unified alignment. In the word of Ujamaa, your business is my business, and my success is the tribe's success. In the Warrior's Handbook for Life's Journey, I taught that we are not just individuals trying to make it, we are nation builders. But you cannot build a nation if you are still subscribing to the crab in the bucket narrative. That is the buildup. We have to scrape off today. That is the buildup we have to scrape off today. We have been conditioned to believe that if I win, you must lose. We have been taught that resources are finite, and that we must hoard our light. But as the elder says in the story of the Baba, most of what we fear are illusions, ghosts in the machine, designed to keep us in a neat little box called mediocrity. Abundance is not something you get from the outside. It is a resource you manage from the inside. Cooperative economics start within you and within your being. If your internal products, your thoughts, your emotions, your imaginations are toxic or rooted in lack, you will never be able to build a healthy business or a healthy community. You must first master your internal resources before you can effectively manage the resource of your tribe. So to reveal the principle of Ujamaa today, we must subtract the following false narratives. The mind narrative. Scrape off the illusion that your success is yours alone. If the teeth aren't together, the meal isn't bitten. Drop the heavy burden of trying to carry the world on your individual shoulders. Remind me of the Aesop fable about the stomach, where all the other parts of the body was talking about how the stomach shouldn't just get the food. You know what I'm saying? The hands say, I'll pick it up. So I should be the first to get a portion of it rather than the stomach. The teeth say, I tear it to pieces. The throat say, I swallow it and take it to the stomach. So everybody just went on boycott and eventually died because they refused to let the stomach do its job. The mind narrative, scrape off the illusion that your success is yours alone. It's not. The not enough simulation, release the weight of scarcity. The universe is designed to give you exactly what you expect from it. If you expect lack, the simulation will provide it. Scrape off the buildup of poverty consciousness. The swing is coming back to it, family. Get ready. The not enough simulation, we got to get rid of it. The competitive grind, cut the noise of exploitation. True Ujamaa is not about winning over someone, it's about winning with someone. Release the need to outshine others and instead focus on how your light can power the collective grid. Stop trying to do more to get ahead. Instead, release the unnecessary competition. Align your teeth with the tribe. When we move in alignment, the meat, the success, the power, and the joy is naturally ours. So, Anime, where we at? Okay, I finished. All right. A little bit before 30 minutes. I'm sorry, family. I ain't mean to jump in and go ham in the first 15 minutes. But it is what it is. So, family, make sure you get your Nguzo Saba narrative map. You'll find it in the link below. Be sure to become a supporting member of the Daily Spark. You know what I'm saying? We need candle lighters. I need y'all to start supporting so that we can continue building, continue working. Also, like I said, that's part of one of the challenges I have for myself, right? But anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and of course, comment, right? Get your Rep Your Principle t-shirt because we got Juneteenth coming up. We got the Black Expo coming up, and I would love to run into one of y'all at the festival with your day name shirt, right? Let me know who you are. Join the Daily Spark Telegram group. And it's down in the link as well. And if you want more information about my books, you go to my authors page. But all that is down in the description below. And that leaves us time for the proverb of the day, which you already heard. We're going to go on and do it anyway. Proverb. Love it. I love it. Proverb of the day. Proverb of the day in this episode, Daily Spark. Hold on, my fault. I jumped right past it. So this comes from the Luganda tradition of Uganda. I'm going to try it. Don't want to, if I damage it and it's your language, I apologize. Agali, Awamu, Galuma, Inyama. The teeth that are together are the ones that bite the meat. Now, that is the proverb of the day and the question I have for you. And I would love to see your comment. I would love to hear your conversation and to get a deeper, in-depth view of what the proverb means. Go over to our Telegram. Tell me, what does it mean to you? And I am out. You know what that means? You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.